So I am getting ready to move our chicken auto coop door for the third or fourth time. I like instant gratification on just picking a project like this, knocking it out, and moving on to something else. One project a day, at least one project a day. So look at these guys, they're figuring it out. I always love having projects and stuff to do. This is a beautiful thing. Check it out. That's the one that figured it out. That's it for that project. Cha-ching. We bought the auto closing door last winter when we were gonna leave for a little bit and we're gonna have some people watching the chickens, so I didn't want to have them worry about coming out here in the morning and night to let chickens out and put chickens away. So last year in the winter we bought this dinky little coop from somebody that we saw on Marketplace or something. It was used, but we modified it and put the auto door on here so that they could come in and out during the winter. Well, that was the winter coop, and then this was as our modified little chickshaw. And after winter we put the auto door back on here. I think I've moved it again, but now the auto door is going to go on the John Suscovich chicken tractor, which we have winterized, or for right now anyway. It's got some plastic on it. It's in the garden. The chickens are very happy in the garden, and they already are doing so much working away. But let me make sure that is off. I've been climbing in and out of here a lot, doing stuff to this chicken tractor and to the chickens, and I'm having trouble keeping track of whether I have the Energizer on or off. But you can see they are just living it up in here. The garden is already looks so different. They're scratching it up. So I had to decide, we put the plastic on the other day, where I was going to put this auto door. This is the auto door. I mounted it to, we went with the Run Chicken. So far it has been excellent. I think I've changed the batteries once in a year. It pretty reliably, I mean, it very reliably goes up and down with the sunrise and sunset. Only time we had any issues with it is like in a freezing rain, because the way that it opens and closes, if ice got in there, it kind of seized it up. But it normally would fall out when the sun came out and open when it could. So anyway, I have basically mounted it to this board, and this was not planned. It just kind of has worked out this way, that I've been able to move this from the chickshaw to the little winter coop to now I'm going to try and mount it on the Suscovich tractor with as little disruption as I can. Because I basically had two options. That board would fit here with some slight modification on the door, but I'm going to instead put it right here. And I think all I need to do is cut a 2x4 to fill in this gap here. And because we went with hardware mesh along the bottom part of our Suscovich tractor, I think I can just pull out these staples here and temporarily fold this hardware mesh back without having to cut it, because this, I made this all one long piece from a roll, which I really like, so I don't want to cut it. So I'm going to undo some staples, pin it back, and then mount the chicken run door right here, in theory, so that they can go in and out there, and we can still come in through here and deal with them as we want. I also have to mount some nesting boxes. These are just the nesting box crates that we had on the chickshaw. I'm going to mount them and maybe cover them somehow. We're not getting a lot of egg production right now, but I think that's maybe just because They're in a new place. They're figuring new things out. So, to my favorite thing, pulling out staples. It didn't take very long for me to get super annoyed with trying to pull staples. I think I'm just, every time I try to pull one, I'm just like breaking the hardware mesh on accident. Of course, I went with like 1-inch staples that I used an air gun to put in, so they're in there pretty good. And I think I'm just gonna snip every spot where there's a staple. It's not gonna make too much of a big deal. I'm mostly breaking it by doing it anyway, so just get to it, and then I'll still be able to staple it back on if I want to. Take the auto door off here. So, no pulling staples.
Some good dirt. They're not laying any eggs. They're probably extremely stressed out. And I don't think it's very private in here. I think they're having a hard time with that. So maybe the automatic door will help because it will be harder to get in and out of the chicken tractor. So maybe it'll create this, you know, sort of some privacy in here.
Yeah, it'll be more like a coop.
Without this big door opening or being open constantly.
I like to.
So you're just destroying this now?
Oh, not fully, but
sort of.
Modifying is a better term, but I'm just pulling these out so I can fold this back and staple it to here, so that I haven't fully destroyed it. Good job, Rooster.
Okay, we moved this thing. This is the third time. Is that the perfect size?
I've made a transforming mobile auto door. One thing I did is put a 2x4 right here, and it's perfect. So it goes on the little mini coop, the chickshaw, and these are about almost $200, so I'm happy to move it around and make it multi-purpose. But now I need to cut a 2x4. Need a tape measure. Got all kinds of scrap wood in the barn here. If I had a 2x4 that's just shy of 17 inches, we're in shape and I don't have to walk back up to the house and make a cut. So, what do you think? Is there a piece? Or do I just grab a piece and make the cut? So close. Found a 22 and a 15. We're just gonna have to make the cut. All my tools are in the creepy old basement, so I gotta go down in there and make the cut. Definitely spiders and bats. If Liz is taping, if Liz is editing, she's not gonna like that scare tactic. If there was a spider that could come down, that would really, really upset her. Fall is in full effect out here. Trees are changing. They look beautiful. That one up there is so cool. This is my favorite time of year for sure in Ohio. And my favorite time to be outside and do this kind of stuff. Smell of the leaves and the crisp air and sawdust gets me going. I cut it short so I wouldn't have to make another trip. Let's hope that it goes in. Oh, I definitely needed to make it short because it's pretty snug. Success. Usually when one figures it out, they all will soon figure it out. Go tell them what's up. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot, guys. It just takes a little bit for you to just hit that like button, subscribe, and it goes a long way for us. Thanks for watching.